everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be discussing the super interesting question from the Cbse additional practice questions 2023, and it's from the lesson real numbers. Okay, so let's decode a puzzle which involves some little bit of prime factorization, HCF, and a little bit of logical reasoning. Okay, so let's see. Let's get to the question. Now the question is prime factorization of three numbers A, B and C is given below. So, and they've given you the prime factorization for A, B and C such that P less than Q less than R and P, Q and R are natural numbers. Now they've given you two clues as well. The largest number that divides A, B and C without leaving a remainder is 30. And also the smallest number that leaves a remainder of 2 when divided by each of these numbers A, B and C is 5402. And you have to find A, B and C. And you have to show your work as well. Okay, so let's split this question into parts. Like let's do it step by step. Okay, so let's look at the prime factorization of A, B and C to begin with, which is 2 raised to R times 3 raised to P times 5 raised to Q. B is given to be 2 raised to P times 3 raised to R times 5 raised to P. And C is given to be 2 raised to Q times 3 raised to Q times 5 raised to P. And the clue that they've given here is that the value of P is less than Q less than R, which means R is the biggest one and P is the smallest one. Now, using the prime factorization, let me use the first clue also. The first clue is the largest number that divides A, B and C without leaving a remainder is 30. Now, what will be that largest number? It will be the HCF of A, B and C together. So that means they've given you that the HCF of A, B and C is equal to 30. Okay, so let's also try to find the HCF of A, B, C from the prime factorization. Now, how do we find the HCF of three numbers? You would write out all the common factors and take the lowest power of each of them. So the common factors are 2, 3 and 5. And the lowest power of P, Q and R is P. Okay, so 2 to the power of P. Again, because all the powers of 3 are P, Q and R and the lowest of them is P. Again, the lowest of P and Q is P. So this will be the HCF of A, B and C. And this is given to be equal to 30. Okay, let me group this using some law of exponent. We know that I can write this as 2 times 3 times 5 to the power of P equal to 30. Which means 30 to the power of P now becomes equal to 30. And the value of P is therefore equal to 1. Okay, now let's use the second clue. Now they've mentioned that the smallest number that leaves a remainder of 2 when divided by each of these numbers A, B and C is 5402. Okay, now how do we find the smallest number that leaves a remainder of 2? That will be the LCM. Okay, so how do I find the LCM? It will be 5402 minus 2, which gives me 5400. Now, from the prime factorization, I also know that the LCM of A, B and C will be, I have to write out all the factors and take the highest power. Now, between P, Q and R, the highest one is R. So, I'll write 2 to the power of R. Between P, R and Q, I know again it's R. And between Q and P, I know the bigger one is Q. So, this will be the this will be the LCM of A, B and C. Okay, now this LCM we found out earlier was equal to 5400. Okay, now when we prime factorize 5400, we know it is equal to 2 cubed times 3 squared times 5 squared. Okay, and also that was equal to 2 to the power of R times 3 to the power of R times 5 to the power of Q. Okay, so let me group the 2 and the 3 together and write it like this. Times 5 to the power of Q is equal to, this was 3 cube. So 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 3 times 5 squared. Okay, so therefore we know that the value of R is going to be 3 and the value of Q is going to be 2 from this. Okay, now we've been asked to find the values of A, B, and C. What are the numbers A, B, and C? And we know that the prime factorization of A is equal to 2 to the power of R times 3 to the power of Q times 5 to the power of Q. Okay, so this is equal to 2 to the power of 3 times 3 to the power of 1 times 5 to the power of 2, which is 8 times 3 times 25, which is equal to 600. Now the value of B is equal to 2 to the power of P times 3 to the power of R times 5 to the power of P, which is 2 to the power of 1 times 3 cube times 5 to the power of 1. So that will be 2 into 27 times 5, which will be 270. Now the value of C, on the other hand, is given to be the prime factorization is 2 to the power of Q times 3 to the power of Q times 5 to the power of P. So let me substitute or replace the values of Q and P in this, and I know that Q is 2, so 2 squared times 3 squared times 5 to the power of 1, which is 4 times 9 times 5, which is 180. So therefore we know the values of A will be 600, B is 270, and C is 180. I hope the question is clear. If you have a math question that you'd like me to cover, drop it in the comments and I'll be happy to do a video just for you. Also, if you like my video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.